Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekagadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from, and shalom. To the hopeful elect spirits, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother, who is Yahweh Shai, Salakia. This is your brother, Adah. Man, I chose to start the video off with showing you all these videos right here with, of course, the exception of a few. Every single one of these, and these are just the ones that I chose to save because I felt that they were covering decent topics on the exposure or the talk of Trump right now. There's a few things, of course, even though everyone's talking about it, and it's very, this is very destructive to the image. There's a lot in this, man. The image of the so-called white man is being challenged, destroyed, and brought down, which is an idol. And that is, I was thinking about that in Isaiah 19. It says he's gonna destroy the idols or whatever. And I was like, I've always been thinking about Christianity. Let's get Isaiah 19, because that's what's happening right now. Trump and the people behind him are that cruel Lord. Okay, let's read some of this. Isaiah 19, I'm going to read from verse 1 down. The burden of Egypt. This is talking about Mystery Babylon, America, the land of the north. Mystery Babylon the Great. This is talking about, and this is a prophecy that is talking about what we are seeing happen right now with the draconian laws, the digital currency, the restriction of movement, the removal of freedom of speech, all of that. That's the cruel Lord, man. And right now, Trump is the face of that, but it's not an individual. It's the system. It's the beast system that's going to begin to manifest violently toward the Israelites, the 2/3 and the hopeful elect, and the rest of the people of the earth. It's the undertaking of the Edomites mentioned in Job, trying to bring about this one world system, this planet prison, technocratically ruled technocracy. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. This goes into UFOs. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So I want to pull that up in the blue letter. Let's see if we can get a little bit more understanding on this. I'm going through Isaiah again. It started this morning. 19. So let's pull this first, let's get that. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a cloud, a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols shall be moved. The idols, okay, of not good for nothing, worthless, of physicians, of shepherd, of divination, of false gods. Well, physicians and shepherds, isn't that what Esau portrays himself? He's a doctor. He's a medical. He's a medicinal doctor. He's a surgeon. He can heal you with his pharmaceuticals and with his laws, his ways. Right? He's the shepherd. Right? Think about that. Try to put it together. This image that the so-called white man has decorated himself with since the invention of technology with the radio, and then television and the screen, the silver screen, and the media. He's been putting the best images of himself all over the world. He's been telling the world how amazing he is. When the scriptures say that Esau, Edom, is the wicked, that he's a base man, and that the Most High hates him, the whole entire planet up until this point has thought the so-called white race can do no wrong. Okay, let's get the idols. And then shall be moved. What's this? To quiver, totter, shake, reel, stagger, wander, move, sift, make, move, wave, waver, tremble. To waver, quiver, vibrate, swing, stagger, tremble, be unstable. To totter, go tottering. Vagabond, isn't that one of the names that Cain said he would be called, a vagabond? To be tossed about and around, to toss about, to shake, cause to totter, shake, disturb, to cause to wander. Let's get the etymon. I'm going somewhere with this. Totter, T-O-T-T-E-R. To swing, to and fro, a word of uncertain origin. To quiver, shake. It has the form of a frequentive form, a stem, tot, expressing instability or unstable movement. The sense of rock or shake, to and fro, kind of like an earthquake, right? What you're standing on. To shake a rock to and fro on a base. The meaning stand or walk with shaky, unsteady steps. Weren't we tripping out last presidency with Joe Biden falling all over the place? You couldn't walk up the steps, and now look what's happening with Trump. It's the same shit, you guys. The so-called image, the image of the so-called white man, which is an idol, Uncle Sam, America, the West, Western Renaissance Christianity, it's being destroyed. It's being brought down, man. Can you see that? So I'm bringing this up because you got to see this.
This FC news is
it's just
big, okay? These documents that are being...
And you can see, too, that the Freemasons, which is the Edomite upper echelon, it's the religion on the left-hand side that allows the other tribes of Esau, Edom, to participate somewhat with Amalek. And Amalek is the head tribe of Edom. And Amalek is the tribe or the group of so-called white people that claim to be God's chosen people. Those are white people, you guys. They're just claiming that, and that goes into the controversy of Zion. Ezekiel 36 and 37 goes into it. Also, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Amalek is the tribe of people that are occupying Israel right now, that control and run Hollywood and hip-hop, that control and run the central banking system. That is their real name. And none of these people are touching any of the truth on any of this stuff biblically. The only people that are doing that are your Hebrew Israelites of GMS and the affiliate camps and men who follow that same doctrine and give honors and double honors to the elders and apostles and teach the same name, Yahweh, and it's the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, the real name of the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay, so look at some of these. Look at some of these, but you can see these people, they're holding microphones using the 666 hand sign. So a lot of these people that are talking shit about Trump, they're controlled opposition. You can see that even behind the scenes, there's an agreement to launch this, because some of this information is coming across the actual the secular news handles or the news stations. So there's been an agreement. And bro, Trump is doing what appears to be everything that the elites are telling him, and now they're putting him out in the front as a scapegoat to make it seem like Trump's the only guy that does this kind of shit. Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, this entire race of people, the scriptures call them wicked for a reason. The illusion of righteousness of the so-called white man is exactly that. It's an illusion. They base their righteousness on not being oppressed. Well, the reason why they're not oppressed is because they're in rulership right now, but they never explain it like that. They say that they have their position because of their whiteness and because of their intelligence, because they worked hard to get what they have. No, the Bible tells you that they got what they got because they were called to rule. They're the fourth beast. And we're going to get that other idol being knocked down, Daniel chapter 2, to line up with Isaiah 19 and 1, Daniel 2. Okay? So Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, is given a dream, and he can't interpret it, and none of the wise men, your ancient Chaldeans, men who operate on the left-hand side, they weren't able to interpret it either. The only person who could interpret it was Daniel, a Hebrew Israelite man. Same thing would have to happen in Pharaoh's time with Joseph. Pharaoh's given a dream, and no one can interpret it, and the only one that can interpret it was Joseph, showing you that the mysteries and the secrets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the one the world ignorantly calls God, his mysteries, his riddles, his enigmas, his bars, his lyrics can only be interpreted by an elect spirit that's a Hebrew Israelite male. That's it. All these people talking about God this, God, shut the fuck up. The scriptures tell you you can't do it unless you're a seed line elect spirit of Hebrew Israelite descent. Okay? And this is one of those times. And the prophet Daniel gives King Nebuchadnezzar's interpretation, and he breaks it down. Let me see. We're going to get it. So Daniel's explaining, but there is a God in heaven that reveals secrets. Okay? And he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. And again, you have to be a Hebrew Israelite to get that, to even qualify. And maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. The dream and the vision of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter, and he revealeth secrets, maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. As for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mayest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet partly iron and partly clay. Thou sawest that a stone, and that's Yahushai, was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon its feet, that were of iron and clay, and brake them into pieces. And this statue, this idol, is made up of different races of people who would be allowed to rule in the earth on the left-hand side in wickedness, with the final group of people being the legs of iron and clay, and the toes, and the 10 toes, which is the so-called white man, the nation of Edom. Greece, Rome, and then the revival of Rome, the Renaissance period, which is America. And we are in that final leg of rulership with this same race of people. This is why white people have the position they have on the earth. It's the fulfillment of Isaac's prophecy in Genesis, when Esau was prophesied to possess the fatness of the earth, and that he would live and obtain everything he has by the sword that goes into their military and their weapons. This is why they were given the blessing of the sword. This is why they've had technological advancements and have been able to develop atomic weapons. To this day, the so-called white man is the only race of people on planet Earth to have used an atomic bomb on Japan. And everyone thinks white people are the greatest people on planet Earth, but they killed 250,000 Japanese with 2 bombs. But they're good people. And that goes in the mark of Cain, which is a supernatural mark that's been placed on Cain, which then came on to Esau in the reincarnation. And it's twofold. It's their skin has no melanin on a planet that's solar based, and everybody else has melanin in their skin. So it's a physical warning. Look at this specific race of people and watch them. And it's also a supernatural temporary covering that keeps people from judging them, so that they can get all the way to the end, because the wicked is reserved for the day of the Lord, and the wicked is the so-called white man. And now the Most High is beginning to break down the idols, like it says in Isaiah chapter 19 verse 1, and this is that idol. The idol is the 4 beast system, right? And we're in the 4th beast system at the final leg of it. It's the biggest idol on the planet. It's blasphemous. It is the image of white supremacy. It's the so-called white race is the race that knows everything, that can do everything, that they are holy and beautiful, and without them, none of the rest of us poor brown and black people would ever be able to function. We need them to civilize us. Everything from their fucking science to their medical practices to all their religions and their news media, everything they say, everybody follows along with. And look what's happening. Look what's been happening.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump is spiraling over Epstein on Truth Social right now, saying that he wants Pam Bondi directing the Department of Justice to seemingly reopen the Epstein investigation to target Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other people and institutions to, quote, determine what was going on with them and him. But here's the problem for Trump. Previously, both Pam Bondi and Kash Patel have publicly said that the investigation into Epstein is over, concluded. And now Trump is seemingly ordering them to reopen an investigation that his own Justice Department previously said was over. He said, quote, now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all the other failures, I will be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other institutions. He goes on to say, records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his, quote, island. Stay tuned. What records? The records that your Department of Justice hasn't released yet? Spread the word, follow for more.
So look at this. It's getting fucking crazy. But what's it doing? It's destroying the image of the so-called white man. His strength, his intelligence, his image, all of that. It's been an enchantment this whole time. It's been an enchantment. These people are wicked. The scriptures say they are wicked, but everybody on the earth just automatically gives righteousness to them. They're just good people. People believe that Donald Trump is a fucking Christian, bro. Because he said Jesus once and 2 Corinthians once. That's all he had to do. He just had to say that and, oh, he's good. And it's been like that because they are in rulership. There's supernatural properties that are protecting and guiding the so-called white man all along the way. And the rest of the earth is being made to be subdued under that until his time is up, and then Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai brings them down. Look at some of this shit. I'm going to play some of these videos. You guys are going to trip the fuck out, man. Where's the one at, there was another one that I wanted to play. I didn't save it, damn. Because the guy was laughing, but look at this. Look at this shit, man. Let me see.
So I went through all 20,000 of the emails that the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee got from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. Obviously, people have paid a lot of attention to the emails that were released yesterday morning, where Jeffrey Epstein emails Ghislaine Maxwell back in 2011, referring to Donald Trump as the dog that isn't barking, and refers to Donald Trump having apparent knowledge about victims who it's alleged that Trump spent time with over at Jeffrey Epstein's house, according to these emails. But there's a lot more emails that are far more damaging. We see emails where it appears that Jeffrey Epstein is consulting with the Russian government like a week before the Helsinki summit.
And again, think about Jeffrey Epstein. Regardless, why is this white boy, who no one fucking knows, how the fuck is this nigga just moving between government and government with impunity? How do you do that? It's because the entire white race of people, they are the biblical Edomites. The majority of them on the bottom don't even know what the fuck's going on, because they're just as deceived as the rest of the world, because their own people have lied to them about who they are and everything else. But you got that upper echelon, that top tier, that 1%, and the people under them, they're the ones running shit. And you got this fucking Jeffrey Epstein dude, whether he's dead or alive, that doesn't matter. When this nigga was alive, before the scandal, he's just walking up to governments and talking to them. Dude, you can't just do that shit. There's a protocol. You have to have security clearances. You don't just go and approach a high figure in any fucking nation. You cannot just do that. And this motherfucker just walking around, just, oh yeah, hey, I'm here. Come talk to me. Why? Why does this kind of shit happen with this group of people? Because they're the fourth beast. They're the nation that's in rulership according to prophecy. And they're doing so much fucking shit behind the scenes as a result of their rulership and power. They've been putting this image out that they're this fucking great people. Oh, because of us, the whole world is in harmony. Meanwhile, they control every wicked fucking thing on the goddamn planet Earth. And these motherfuckers walk how they want to walk and go where they want to go. Listen to this shit.
Back during Donald Trump's first term, he mentions consulting with Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, to provide information about Donald Trump. It seems, at least in these emails, to the Russians. You have Epstein referencing what appears to be a lot of dirt about Donald Trump's finances, about mortgages, about Donald Trump screwing people over. You have Epstein in these messages saying Donald Trump's the most disgusting human being he's ever seen, and there's not any ounce of goodness in Donald Trump's entire body. And he's a...
And then, but who the fuck is Epstein to judge Donald Trump's character when Epstein's a fucking devil? The whole shit is crazy. Look at this.
And it just keeps getting worse. If you saw my video from yesterday, this is a part 2. Ask Putin.
So I'm gonna play this one first, and then I'm gonna go back to it.
If he has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. I thought that was fake. I know the emails got released. I know there's so many of them circulating around, but this is one that I thought, oh no, that can't be real. No, it's fucking real. I went to the Oversight Committee website and I clicked the Here button and it opens up into the Google Drive and I found the exact page number and verified. Yes, that is a real fucking email. Republicans, come get your fucking boy, because what the hell do you mean Putin has photos of Donald Trump
right there. She's doing the 666 hand sign as she's holding the microphone. You got to see that.
doing Gluck 3000 on Putin has photos of Donald Trump.
Right there. That's a 666. She's using the microphone to camouflage it. So all these people, watch. You'll see another one do the same thing. Watch.
Doing Gluck 3000 on whoever the fuck Bubba is. Apparently that.
Look, that's the OK symbol, you guys. That's not accidental. So this shit's really happening, but there's actors and there's agents involved all over the media, disguised or camouflaged as all these other different types of characters that are. Why? Because they're all working together to what? To bring down America, because America needs to be brought down so that the one world order, the digital currency technocracy can come together, and it's all being done by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. But these people are involved in this shit.
Might be Bill Clinton. Bubba might be Clinton's nickname, is what I'm hearing, which no fucking surprise here.
Look, she's just fucking slanging it, man. That's not an accident, you guys. That's all. Look, that's subconscious. She's doing that shit on purpose.
I'm not surprised. None of us in the Democratic corner are trying to defend Clinton here like you guys are doing to your orange Cheeto master, okay? We say lock them both the fuck up. Can you do the same? Probably not. But this explains so much as to why Donald Trump bends the knee to Putin every single fucking time. Because he has to. If not, photos of I don't know, that's just not good imaging, man. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. I can't believe that's fucking real. But I can at the same time.
You can tell by looking at her, she's a fucking lesbian, dude. She's a carpet muncher. So the hypocrisy of her talking shit, she does the same fucking thing. Right? So let this shit come out. Let these people do it. But we're seeing all of them are incapable of addressing the situation from the perspective of truth, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. The only people that can do that are the Hebrew Israelite men that are hopefully elect.
Or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye. And it just keeps getting worse. If you saw my video from yesterday, this is a part 2 on that. Yesterday we went over the fact and legitimized those emails where we confirmed that yes, the emails that Epstein asked does Putin.
And look at Trump's shirt. His shirt is white. Look how pink and red he is, and look how pink and red Clinton is. And Esau means red, and wasted away is he. That's the real name. That's the real identity in the scriptures. Red and wasted away is he. That's their real name. There's nothing white about the white man. Look at them. They're pink as shit. They're red. His shirt is white, you guys.
And still have the photos of Trump blowing Bubba are 100% legit. Bubba being Clinton. Well, now the sausage snatcher strikes again. If you can see in the photo below me right here, this is Donald Trump grabbing Clinton's peen. And it's a legit photo. And I did not know what to do when I first saw it because...
And neither one of them are flinching. They're it's so funny.
My brain automatically goes to, no, this can't be real because this is so fucking ridiculous. But no, it's real. So if you're a Republican who watched my video yesterday and you said, Bubba could be anyone, that's obviously, you know, it's a different Trump, obviously, not our Donnie. It's your Donnie, okay? And it is that Bubba. So do what you will with this photo. The comments are funny, though. They're calling him dumb.
There goes that 666 again.
Monica Lewinsky saying stuff like this must be why he has such a rival with Hillary Clinton. So yeah, this is where we're at. This is embarrassing to be a Republican. If I was a Republican right now, I'd be, if I voted, not Republican, you guys aren't that bad, it's the MAGA. If you voted for Trump right now, you should be fucking embarrassed. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. You want Smith Base again? Thank you. Goodbye.
No, if you're a so-called white person, if you're a so-called American-minded person indoctrinated into the lies of America, you should be embarrassed. It's not Republicans have nothing. Republicans, Democrats, those are social constructs. It's the so-called white man. This is their rulership, you guys. Let's get the... But I have made Esau know, I will lift their skirt up. I will lift up thy skirt. I will lift up your skirt. Look at this, man. This goes into their shame. Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. What does that do? It exposes your genitalia, which means what? You're naked. All of your sin and nakedness in Scripture is likened unto transgressions or iniquity. There's no covering for your sin, which means you need to be judged for the shit you're doing, and that's what this is going into. Behold, I am against thee, Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And for the first time in American history, everyone's beginning to question the wicked 1948 state of Israel, which are the Edomites. Those are white people. They're not Jews. Okay, those are Amalekites, the head tribe of Edom, and they're beginning to question the American government, which is what? It's more white people, you guys. Their skirts being lifted. They're being exposed. And this is why they always got to find a Jake. This is why they always got to go handpick a fucking R. Kelly or a P. Diddy. And R. Kelly and P. Diddy are wicked. But R. Kelly and P. Diddy and Bill Cosby do not make decisions that fucking direct the earth. We don't have that kind of power. We have influence. We don't have that kind of power. And that's why they make sure they got to find a black man to put on TV, because this is what's coming out about them. Have you noticed that? White people are in this competition with blacks on who's the most wicked or not. Why do you think that is when they're the ones that are in rulership? And we're on the fucking bottom. Why would you be fucking in rulership on a throne, going out to the fucking ghettos and picking some poor fucker and then trying to compare yourself to them in front of everybody saying, well, at least I'm not like him. But you're in rulership. What's your fucking excuse? You have all the money. You have all the fucking media. You control the banking system. Yet all your debauchery is coming out. Yeah, man. Fuck these people. Let me see one more. Esau shall no longer be able to hide himself. Esau, they can't hide behind Republican, Democrat. No, it's your race, bro. Stop calling yourself these names that discontinue or disconnect you from your own race of people. Because when they talk about us, it's about our race. But when it's them, it's the rich or the poor, it's the left or no, it's the fucking so-called white man, the biblical Edomites, Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. See, he shall not be able to hide himself. This motherfucker operates under an alias. The self-proclaimed white man, they made that title for themselves back in 1681, I believe. That's when they wrote that shit in the law. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he shall not. Okay, so fucking just... Look at the money they have, bro. That's Epstein's Island. Look at the size of that fucking thing. And the shit, they spent money, this fucking random nobody white dude, right? Epstein has this much money to buy a goddamn island where they can do all kinds of weirdo shit for fun, and then get on TV and try to convince you that America's problems and the problems of the earth are because of the so-called black man and Latino man. That we're the reason why the world's all fucked up. But they have islands where they sacrifice children and they rape children, bro, over and over. God damn. And over again, dude. Fuck that. I just want to
I've been up all night reading the Jeffrey Epstein emails, which are basically about 20,000 emails from the disgraced late...
So this is USA Today. So there's something up, because USA Today, all the head fucking news outlets are releasing this shit. And so now, which is what? This is talking shit about Trump. And Trump's been being a good boy as far as the elites are concerned, doing everything he's supposed to do for them. So why is this coming out? Yahweh's making it happen, and I believe that this is also part of the plan to bring everyone's confidence down in Trump, to shatter that image, bro, because America has to fucking do a face plant so that what? Let's get it's Job, his enterprise. He shall not. He shall not perform his enterprise. Let's see if that pulls it up. It's in Job, but this is a prophecy. So okay, he disappointed. So look, Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. This is going into the top 10, the 1%, the Lucifer, Isaiah 14, the light bringers, the banking families. What they are trying to perform on the earth, they're about to do it. What is the back of the dollar bill? Hold on, it's on the back of the dollar bill, not e pluribus unum. The back. What is the interpretation? Hold on, the back of the dollar bill. The back of the dollar bill. I'm gonna pull off there's a Latin statement. Let me see. What does it say? Of the United States. Hold on. Okay. Novus Ordo Seclundum. So this is what I want. What's Annuit Acceptus Novus Ordo Seclorum. I believe it says the gods have granted our... Let me see if I can... I want to be like, what is the interpretation? Or what does... let me see if there's... Hold on, give me a couple seconds. Back of the dollar, what is the interpretation? Okay. Let me see. See if it will pull. And Latin is their fucking original language. Let me see. Novus Ordo Seclorum. Okay, located just below the pyramid. Literally translates to New World Order. New Order for the Ages. Okay, there's another Novus Ordo Seclorum. Okay, and then there's another one. So the New World Order, and that's what the scriptures are talking about. His undertaking. Okay. Let me see. And then the other one. Annuit coeptis, meaning to nod or to approve. Okay, yeah, the gods have approved. To approve. The undertakings. Okay, there. So look right here. Also, in the reverse side of the dollar bill, And this is what they put on their money, you guys. We didn't do that. Black people, Latino people, Native American people, we didn't put that shit on the money. The so-called fucking white man put that shit on his money. So he's responsible for this attitude, this secret mindset in the earth, that this shit that we're all the same, that we're all in this. No! Get the fuck out of here with that shit. We didn't have nothing to do with that shit. That's all you motherfuckers. Also, on the reverse side of the dollar bill, there are two mottos scribed in Latin, and we don't speak fucking Latin, that have been directly linked to the works of the Roman poet Virgil. The first phrase is located just above the I and reads, annuit coeptis, derived from the Latin annuo, meaning to nod or to approve, and coeptum, undertakings. So the gods have approved our undertaking. That's what that means. The phrase literally translates to he approves of the undertakings. Who's the he in this situation? It's talking about Satan on the left-hand side. As Satan is given orders by Yahweh and his son Yahushai to then speak to Esau Edom, who is the Lucifer. That's the chain of, you got to understand the chain of command. It goes Yahweh, it goes Yahushai, it goes the real prince demon Satan on the left-hand side, following orders of Yahweh and Yahushai to then tell the top 1% of the banking families of Esau, and that translates to Lucifer. That's who the Lucifer is. Lucifer is the human element, the hidden hand on the earth of Satan, the prince demon spirit, who's following instructions of Yahweh to lead Esau down the path of prophecy. You have to understand that, because the fucking white man is not this goddamn smart. Everything he got, it was dictated to him by Satan, as Yahushai told him exactly what to do based on prophecy, and then Yahushai is dictating to the prophets on the right-hand side everything written in the scriptures, and this is why we're able to fucking pinpoint Esau. We're able to pinpoint him through the Bible. Renaissance Western Christianity can't do this, because Renaissance Western Christianity is a doctrine that hides the white man's true identity. Shit. The predominant people in Renaissance Christianity are white people. And they're the fucking Edomites. You can't preach the gospel of Yahushai and be an Edomite. You can preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and be an Edomite, because Jesus Christ is white and they say he loves everyone. Yahushai is a so-called black man and he fucking hates the Edomites. According to prophecy, I have hated Esau. But why? Look at the shit he's doing. Dude, everything he's been doing is being in the cupboard. You can't do this. You can't have a dollar bill that says this shit and then go tell the world about white Jesus loves you. You can't do, but you can't, and then white Jesus don't exist. His name is Yahushai. And the gospel isn't for everybody. It's only for the elect. People hear this and they still want to argue with it. And the Bible says God so loved the world. That word world is talking about the rulership of Israel. And it's not talking about the rulership of Israel, the people on TV. It's talking about the Hebrew Israelites that you call black Hebrews. That's who the world is. But you guys get it all twisted. Okay? So I apologize for being all hyper and shit, but dude, how much of this shit gets to come out? Look, it's just every fucking buddy is talking about this shit, but what are they gonna say? What's the solution? We need to vote somebody else. And no, you fucking don't. The only solution to this is the next rulership on the earth is Yahushai. Okay? I'm going to save this because I don't even know what he's going to say. Look, the next rulership, this is what the prophecy says. Esau is the end of the world. For Esau, for the so-called white man, is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So a completely different race of people need to be placed over rulership of the earth. That's how this changes. And that's going to end in the war of heaven. That's Revelations 12. And the star that rises out of Jacob, the star is talking about Yahushai, the star that rises out of Jacob. See? See how different it is? There's no fucking voting another white person in there. There's no voting a so-called black person in. This entire system has to be destroyed. Not for the New World Order, before the rulership of Yahushai. Numbers 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. That's Yahushai. And a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. And the scepter shall not depart from Judah. So the tribe of Judah and the tribe of the scepter shall not depart from Judah. And Judah is the tribe of the so-called black people in America are the specific Hebrew Israelites that come from the tribe of Judah. This is why everything that we do is so influential. Genesis 49 and 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Again, talking about Yahushai, but we are in that tribe until Shiloh come. Shiloh means he's who it is or something. It is his, I think. Talking about the throne of David, the universe. That's it. This is all Yahweh. This belongs to Yahushai. It doesn't belong to the fucking white man. This is why the Battle of Armageddon, Yahweh Shaphat, the war of the war of heaven, Revelation 12, is going to be the so-called white man with all of his technology, all of his drones, all of his direct energy weapons, all of his fucking everything. He's going to try to fight Yahushai on the chariot, the so-called UFO, when Yahushai comes with clouds and the other angels of heaven to remove this fucker from rulership. That's the answer, you guys. Not voting another white person into fucking office, man. God damn. They have to completely go down and sit in the dust. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from heaven, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and until him, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Sit in the dust. Sit in the dust. Look, there is no throne. Come down. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is it a virgin? Because she's never been touched in war. The white man has never experienced a global public defeat yet. He hasn't been judged. That's why everybody thinks he's undefeatable, and this is also why everybody thinks they are so righteous, because they've never been publicly shamed. It's starting to happen right in front of your eyes, and you guys are not seeing it for what it is. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. Your rulership is over, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. It's all being taken away. Everything that was given to the so-called white man by the Most High is now, piece by piece, being stripped away. And you guys see it, and voting another
My older sister, Alyssa Turney, was 8.
Voting another white person into rulership is not going to fucking happen. Look.
Don't look at what's in front of you. Booze, moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war.
Just to look like this.
So, you guys see it? This guy was clowning.
It's about 3. I am so over this timeline. I am so over this timeline. Everything is just so absurd and destructive and harmful and ridiculous. The absurdity of all of this. The absurdity of all of this. And it's like, you know, the White House is threatening Republicans in the House and the Senate in order to force them to vote no on the discharge petition so that this administration can continue to conceal the Epstein files, which apparently completely and totally exonerate Donald Trump. Excuse me, but we're not going to release them. The files would show that he is completely innocent. But we're not going to release them, and we're going to threaten anybody who votes to release them. And as I asked in my last video, it's like, where the fuck were Joe Biden and Merrick Garland on this for the entire 4 years that Joe Biden was president?
See? Again, so-called white people on the left side, so-called white people on the right side, all this wickedness happening, nobody's doing shit. But they got the biggest industrial prison complex system on the planet, and our people fill those prisons. And they own those prisons and make all the money off those prisons. It's not about who's good or righteous, dude. This is them and their rulership. They are fucking wicked. But they want you to believe that we're the problem of the earth, and the 2/3 of our people do dumb shit, you guys. But we don't run the earth. And what's the excuse of the so-called white man? And every time this shit comes out, they try to fucking hide it. But they want to put us all over television and put us underneath the prison. But they don't want to fucking go to jail when their shit gets found out. Fuck these people, man.
Because from where I'm sitting now, it doesn't look like Merrick Garland continued any investigation into Jeffrey Epstein or his co-conspirators at all.
So he's telling you right there, both sides are not trying to look into this. Why? Because the entire upper echelon rulership of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they're all involved in it, man. They all do this. They have to. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verses 3, 4, 5, and 6 tells you why. And it's not just sex, it's sacrifice. They have to murder. They have to shed blood and offer it up to the left-hand Elohim in order to get power to continue in rulership. They have to do it. But they don't want you guys to know this about them, because they have told the world they are the most righteous, holy, innocent, and pure race of people out of all the races of people on the earth. And the scriptures say completely different.
Like, did literally nothing. Literally nothing. But what do you think was going through Bill Clinton's mind while he was getting a Hummer from Donald Trump? And who else was there? Who took the photo?
Shame for glory. Listen to that shit one more time.
It's about 3:30 in the morning on video. It's like, where? Who took the photo? But what do you think was going through Bill Clinton's mind while he was getting a Hummer from Donald Trump? And who
Said a Hummer, dude. Getting a blowy, dude. It's fucking disgusting.
else was there? Who took the photo?
Fuck. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadas. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from. Shalom to the holy elect, 144,000 chosen, taking his truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits to the marriage supper of Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Adal. Shalom.